Hey Scott, hey everyone else, welcome back to 4 Running Shoes. So, I've been sick this week, so not too much to report, but I did manage to get back into running towards the end of the week, which was good. It didn't, feel super amazing, but went for a 5K run and pretty much another 5K run on Sunday. Took the girls for a pram run. Didn't actually make it out for park run this week. Had something on Saturday, but yeah, basically just got 10Ks done towards the end. Very easy running, just trying to see if I'm up for running again after being sick and having a cough and that sort of thing. I am pretty much recovered, but I am not really feeling up to doing a workout yet, but I think I'll get back into that next week and hopefully be able to get in some training, even though as Scott mentioned in his last video, the 5K race is coming up very quickly. I'll just hope I can get some extra fitness in and that I haven't lost too much while being sick. But yeah, I thought I'd talk about something interesting that's been happening for my wife's running, Shelby. She has had a bit of an injury for basically the last month and a bit. It's been a bit annoying, just basically foot pain in sort of just below the balls of her feet in her arch. Sort of on the joint there, I think, on one of her feet. And it's not too bad while she's running, and especially when she's wearing carbon plated shoes, she isn't getting much pain from that. But when she's wearing more flexible shoes, I think it sort of stresses the joint a bit more, and she's starting to get some pain from that, which is not ideal. And so she's just about to get into her half marathon training plan, 12 weeks out from the marathon in September. And so it's always a bit of a, how do you manage injury just before hitting a block when it's not that bad that you can still keep running, but do you give it a lot of time to rest and recover, or do you just run easy, or what do you do? It is really hard to make those choices. Like in the past, we've thought about, with different injuries, going to the doctor and like, should you do that or should you just figure it out yourself, or that sort of thing. And I think it's very hard to try and come up with a good solution, especially if you're not trained at all. You're just kind of Googling stuff, trying to figure it out yourself. So I think there is a place to go and get medical help. But my experience of that hasn't been very helpful from visiting a doctor. So I've done that once. It was sort of just before a half marathon that I was running, my first half marathon. Just had a bit of an injury. I think I overused I was running too much, too high mileage, too quickly. Just had some pain in my arches, pretty bad. I was limping a lot. And I went to the doctor, and they, just basically sent me off for an ultrasound, which is pretty expensive as well. Even at the end of that, I didn't end up going for the ultrasound because I was a uni student at the time, didn't have a lot of money. So I was like, it's probably not worth it. I'll just rest and hope for the best. And it actually ended up fine. Like, it recovered within a week or so. But that's not always the case, and can be frustrating if it does prolong. But to be honest, I often find, and I've heard from other runners, that going to just a general doctor, their general practice is to sort of figure out what the problem is, with an ultrasound, that sort of thing, and you come back for your referral. This takes a few weeks, a couple of weeks. I guess you can fast track it to be a week or so, but ultimately they'll just tell you at the end of it to rest and don't run. Just very risk averse sort of opinions on how to get into running and that sort of thing. So I haven't found it to be super helpful going to see a doctor. And so that's put me off personally for like when I've had injuries and niggles and stuff. I just kind of, just manage it the best that I can. And I haven't really got professional help for any of my injuries since then. But my wife decided that for her injury that she wanted to get some help from a professional. So she tossed up, do I go to a doctor, or what do I do? And she ended up going to a podiatrist, and it was actually really helpful advice. So yeah, I think a podiatrist, especially if it's foot pain, is a very good option. And I think one of the coolest things about the visit that she had today was that it included an ultrasound just done then and there. So that's like so much more helpful than, just getting a script to go and do your ultrasound. Yeah, they can just look at it there, chat about it with you real quick, and yeah, you have your whole 3 appointments that it would take with the doctor of getting your referral, going to get your ultrasound, going back to the doctor, getting your results. It all just happens instantaneously, and you have such good advice from someone who's specific. Like, they actually, podiatrists have a really good sport mindset a lot of the time, because a lot of people come to see them are athletes, or people that have injured it from sports and that sort of thing. So they can give really good advice, and they understand that, yeah, you want to get back on your feet as quickly as possible, and yeah, want to help you with good results and all that sort of thing. Yeah, she got recommendations for how to manage it. So they showed her how to strap it, and yeah, gave her a plan moving forward of resting sort of for 5 days, then introducing some easy running, and yeah, just sort of getting back into it over time. Yeah, there is a referral, like not a referral, a follow-up appointment that she'll potentially go to. Depends how she recovers from it. But yeah, it was just really helpful advice, is what she needed. And so yeah, I'd recommend giving a podiatrist a go if you've got foot pain, especially. And the other bonus is that they can give good recommendations of what sort of shoes to wear, and they recommended for Shelby that she should try and find some shoes that have really hard soles, and in that way it won't bend or like agitate her joints too much. So yeah, it was just really good. I've heard also that physios are a really great way. Yeah, they give really good advice as well, especially if you can get to like a sports physio, that it would be perfect. Yeah, they're a lot less risk averse as well, compared to a doctor. So they're not just going to tell you to rest. They're like, okay, I understand that you're trying to train up for this thing. Let's try and make it work so that you can get to the race that you want to do and get back to running how you want to be running. So yeah, I think those are my recommendations if you're thinking about, how do I manage my injury, or when do I get help. Yeah, it's really up to you, I suppose, when you feel like you need some advice, some professional advice. But yeah, my general principle is that if the way that you're running at the moment, if it's trending worse, you need to slack off a bit. So make it your runs less intense or easier. And if it's still getting worse, take some rest. And then if it's still like after a week or so not getting any better, then it's probably time to actually look into what is going on, sort of thing, and try and get some help maybe, or just managing it over time. So that's what I've tried to do, and that's what Shelby's doing at the moment. So hopefully she gets better soon and can start training in the next week or so. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful advice if you guys are in that boat of trying to figure out what to do with the injury and who to go see and that sort of thing. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Hopefully I'll be able to get back into training the way I want it to be, and get some workouts in and that sort of thing. So yeah, come along and check that out next week, and make sure you check out Scott's video on Tuesday as well. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.